Okay, so we've seen one way to use the list. In the next example, as I said, I'm going to use the for each. And in the for each, you can have actually sections. So you can have multiple tables like the setting example, unless a setting app. So instead of messing with this, I'm going to create a new view here. So you can go to File, New, File, and in here, you will select a Swift UI view. You click on Next, and then I'm going to call it View 2, for example, or for each view. Okay, then you create it. And because I already have an example here, so I'm just going to basically select all of this stuff that I've done here. Let's make sure we're selecting the right things. So in everything here to here, Command copy, and I go to the next one, and then I'll just delete everything in here. So I should get the same list that I've done before. Okay. Did I use the body? Oh, okay. All right. Because I have the body already. Okay. Let's do it two ways. So this part, let me do it again. Let me undo. Okay, here we will copy this array first. Command copy. We go to here, and then we will put it in the class. So that's we are okay. Now for the view, we copy this part here. Make sure that this is the navigation. Yeah. So from here to here, command copy. Then we will put it in here. Okay, so we should get the same thing that we've seen before. But now, what I want, instead of doing this, I want to use a section. What does that mean? So if I type in section here, notice, and then I give it a title, I love this, for example. I love these, right? And then I wrap what I'm seeing here. Sorry, no, this is need to go next in here, need to go inside the list. Okay, so here, what I just did, I created a section in the list, but that's a problem. You see that? You're repeating, I love this, I love this, I love this. Okay, let's see if this would work. I doubt it. Yeah, so it doesn't really work. Okay, and then this is, let's see if this will, yeah, so it doesn't work that way either. So how do I do that? What you can do, instead of using the fruits like this, I can use the original version of the list like that, and no need for this anymore. Okay, and in here, I still have a section. Here's my section, but I want to repeat this part inside that section. I'm creating a list inside that section. So how do I create a list of the same thing inside that section? If you want to repeat views, if you want to create views multiple times, so basically I want to repeat creating this view multiple times, we can use another thing called for each. And then for each, what? For each fruit I have in the array, fruits, right? What am I going to do? I am going to do the following. Again, it's a closure. So what you need, let me just make sure that we got the right bracket so you're not confused. So I have here's this is for the section. Inside the section, we will have for each fruit. Notice it already gave me the work that I need to do, but I'm going to take this bracket out and put it in here. So now what am I doing? Let's do the indentation correctly, Control I to do the indentation correctly so you can see what's happening. What have I just done? I created another way I can use a list. This time it has a section on top, which says, I love these. And then it will have a list. These are my list based on the array that I have above. Okay, and then in here, I'm repeating same thing we've done before with the list. And this works because it has already an ID in the structure, which is already in the previous screen, in the previous screen. One thing to keep in mind when you create a structure, you only need it one time. You create it one time. That's why I created it above the content view structure. So here, I don't need to copy it again. I'm not copying the structure because it's already defined in the other file. Okay, so go back. So in the list, I have a section. In this section, I'm listing all these elements. All right. What's the advantage of doing that? You can actually, within the list, you can have multiple sections. So if I want to have another section, I will do the same thing. I will use the for each, and then the fruit, whatever fruit you want or whatever list you want, you create the structure that you want, and then you repeat it, you loop through it, and then it will just add it here. Let me just show you quickly, because I have multiple arrays here. I'm going to remove some of multiple grapes. I'm going to remove some of these grapes. So we have only a few elements, not all these elements. Okay. Now, if I want to create another section, all I have to do, just simply copy this guy. Make sure that this is the beginning and ending. This is the section. Command copy, Command V. And notice I got two sections. And instead of listing everything, maybe I just want to list the emoji. All right. Just to show you the difference. And I don't need all of that. I don't need the stack. I'm just showing you that I can just have a different section with different structure. All right. And instead of I love these, great emojis. Okay. And you can see now in our application, we have sections, one section here and one section here, and we have a navigation view. So what I did in this video, I showed you two ways you can create lists. One way to do it purely as a list, and then we did that. And I showed you the best way to do that. We create a custom data type, an array with copies of this custom data type, and then a list. In that list, we can design this cell or this cell any way you want using everything you learned before. And then for the other way you can do it, if you have sections, you can use the for each as well, and which have the same effect, but you can have separate sections in your list. With that, I am done. And then what you need to do, you need to upload this video. You need to follow this tutorial and upload it on the LMS system. I'll see you in the next one.